Mexico, a country that sizzles with the spirit of salsa and echoes the ancient whispers of Aztecs. What makes this land of tequila and mariachis both a hub for global industry and one of the most dangerous countries? Why does the border wall continue to create political tension, and how does the legacy of the Mexican-American War still cast a shadow today? Explore how Mexico, the world's largest consumer of Coca-Cola, is making headlines in business and responding to economic diversification. Discover the businesses transforming this pulsating economy, whether it's the high-tech manufacturing or chilling might of the cartels. Mexico. It's known for its hard-working and spirited people. It's placed high on the list of world's biggest economies, has a vast amount of natural resources, and sits between two oceans. Yet, somehow Mexico is not a rich nation. It may have the 15th largest economy in the world, but it also has a large population, and the wealth is spread thinly and unevenly. So why, despite having all these right conditions, does Mexico remain one of the most dangerous, corrupt, and problematic countries? See, Mexico's neighbor, the United States, has a large appetite for drugs, making it the world's biggest consumer. And how do these drugs get there? Through the Mexican border, of course. The cartels, they are not just involved in drug trafficking anymore, they organize the production, logistics, and security across the country. But they are not stopping there. They are getting into other businesses like oil thefts and even the exports of avocados, known as green gold. The cartels used to merely protect these businesses for a fee, but now they're taking over. Just look at their private armies. They have got combat squads that could rival any regular army. Why should they fear authorities when they have such power and steady income? As for the U.S. Mexico relations, there is historical context too. In 1848, after the Mexican-American War, the U.S. annexed a significant portion of the Mexican territory, casting a long shadow to the bilateral relationship. Fast forward to World War II, when the U.S. needed a helping hand, or rather, a few million of them. Who stepped in? Mexico. A deal was struck, and millions of Mexicans crossed the border to work. And then, just like a bad homeowner, the US sent most of them back when US soldiers returned from the war and needed their jobs back. Fast forward again, and we find that over 2.7 million individuals from Mexico and other South American countries tried to cross the Mexican-US border in 2022 alone. For a country of 129 million, that's quite a lot. Why the constant movement? Violence and allure of a better life. Can we really blame them? Let's talk about that war, the one that divides more than just the land. Some see it as a shield, others view this as a barricade against compassion and understanding. If fences make good neighbors, what does a wall make? A philosophical question for the ages. From the beginning of time, in periods of financial instability, everyone has sought the most secure way to store their money. Switzerland has proven that no matter what, Swiss banks will always keep your money safe. Switzerland is so confident in its banks that it even guarantees to return up to 100,000 Swiss francs to every client in the event of a bank collapse. People used to think that only the super rich could afford to have a Swiss bank account, and that the only way to open one was to fly to Switzerland on a private jet and meet in person with a bank manager. Well, that's not true. Not anymore. Swiss bank Dukascopy offers its services to everyone. Not only can you easily open an account fully online, but it's also absolutely free. There is no monthly fee, no minimum deposit requirements. You can enjoy an IBAN in 23 currencies, plastic and virtual cards, one-click investments, savings accounts, blockchain operations, P2P exchanges, and many other features with your Dukascopy bank account. No matter where you are, if you have your ID card or passport with you, the entire process will take about 5 minutes. Simply scan this QR code or use the link in the description. Fill out the form and then make a video call with the bank operator, or scan your document with the back of your phone if it's compatible. That's it. Your Swiss bank account will be active the same day. Moving on. Mexico's relationship with the United States is pivotal to its economy. Accounting for over 80% of Mexico's exports, the U.S. is its main trading partner, and this relationship has benefited both nations. American businesses have established factories in Mexico as part of their global supply chain, not only taking advantage of the lower wages, but also contributing to Mexico's reputation as a quality supplier of manufactured goods. Plus, Mexico has a lot of skilled workers, especially engineers, making it easier to find the right people for the job. If you have bought a flat-screen TV in the US, there is a good chance it's made in Tijuana, Mexico's hotspot for tech production. Also, many international automotive giants are now calling Mexico home, transforming the country into a global hub. The majority of these cars, of course, travel to the US. By the way, about that Coca-Cola consumption mentioned earlier, FEMSA, and particularly Coca-Cola FEMSA, the largest franchise bottler of Coca-Cola products in the world by volume and one of the largest companies in Mexico by market capitalization, rakes in heaps of dollars from obsessive consumption of Coca-Cola by Mexicans. Indeed, Mexico is the largest consumer of soft drinks worldwide, guzzling an average of 163 liters per person per year. And Coca-Cola products account for more than 70% of the national consumption of bottled sugary drinks. Perhaps this is the secret behind Mexicans' productivity. Alternatively, it might be that water in some regions of the country is not of the best quality, leading people to lean towards safer options such as bottled drinks. Yes, Mexico is a rising star on the economic horizon, offering an alternative for companies looking to move part of their production closer to home or key markets in a trend known as nearshoring. This was further facilitated through the North American Free Trade Agreement and later USMCA, which was basically an agreement between the United States, Mexico, and Canada to not restrict trade between each other. The hope of these deals was that it would allow nations to trade freely, which does increase the wealth of the overall group in general terms, and also makes the North American continent more independent as a cohesive unit. As a result of this pact, a lot of farming was done in Canada, general administration grew in America, and of course, a lot of manufacturing moved to Mexico because companies wouldn't have to pay tariffs to move products across borders. Undoubtedly, Mexico's rise as an industrial hub isn't without challenges. The nation's internal dynamics, particularly under the leadership of President López Obrador, has raised concerns. His inclination to recover state control over the oil, gas, and electricity sectors has led to actions like closing private power plants, paralyzing private investment, and pushing through laws favoring the state electricity company CFE, despite its high cost and pollution. This has made Mexican electricity 40% more expensive than in the US, a disadvantage for the industrial companies. Furthermore, the nationalization of lithium has threatened the only significant lithium project in Mexico. Despite the internal challenges, Mexico's potential as an industrial arm of the Western economies is undeniable. The industrial parks in the north are doing good, and companies are considering directing their next investment to the land of tequila, tacos, mariachis, and eternal summer. If Mexico plays its cards right, reduces uncertainty, improves infrastructure, and favors foreign investment, the next decade could see this world's largest Hispanic country as a major player on the global stage. The path to success lies in embracing globalization and nearshoring trends, while maintaining policies that foster economic growth, technological advancement, and international collaboration. In the coming decade, Mexico is at crossroads. It could either ascend to the prominence on the world stage or fall into obscurity, leaving its vast potential unrealized. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe. We will see you in the next one. Until then, take care.